All right, I believe we're live. We should be live. Go ahead and check real quick if we are. We should be. All right, so we are. Let me go ahead and get the NFL playoff predictor. So this is the website we'll be using for this. So basically, I'm gonna go through every single team. So I'm just gonna click on the names here and go through every team, top to bottom, predicting their record. And then we'll be predicting the playoffs. Oh, let me see if we can. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and predict said season, the 2018-2019 season. Then is what's relatively interesting. So we're gonna go ahead and predict Carolina's record first. So Carolina, I think they're gonna be a somewhat decent team here. So LA first week, it's at Carolina. LA, this is gonna be a tough. You're just gonna be playing right after. I think you guys to play one night. We're going literally across the country. I think Carolina will get a dub over that. Could go both ways, but I think Carolina's going to win due to the fact that they have home field advantage and going across the country. Carolina versus Tampa Bay. I think Carolina's going to win this game again. They're going to start off a nice, strong 2-0 here. I don't think Tampa Bay's that good. Carolina versus Arizona. Again, Carolina will win this game. They'll start off a nice, strong 3-0, but then you're going to lose to Houston. Arizona's a little bit bad, but they'll do okay. But Houston, they're pretty good, and I feel like Houston will get you here. I don't think Houston's going to do that good, actually, but I do think they will beat Carolina here. Jacksonville versus Carolina. I think Jacksonville's going to be a really good team here. So I feel like Jacksonville will beat you guys. And, you're doing really good. And you started off really well. You're 3-2, but, yeah. Oh, here comes Tampa Bay. Yeah, you're going to win that game. No problem. 4-2, you're easy. Bye week, San Francisco is going to be a sleeper team. So I feel like San Francisco will win, actually, that game. I feel like San Francisco's a sleeper team. They'll do pretty well. Carolina versus Tennessee. I think Tennessee's a really good team. I think Tennessee is a team everyone's sleeping on here. Green Bay is overrated. Hate me if you want. Green Bay is super overrated. They are not doing that well at all. They're not going to do good. Atlanta, I feel like Atlanta's a little overrated. So I think Carolina will take care of that, no problem. New Orleans is going to get you right here. So, you have a strong record. You're pretty strong record, like 6-5, I think. Once it loads, there you go. Carolina versus Washington. Washington's a pretty decent team, but you'll win. You'll beat Atlanta as well. You'll beat Atlanta both times. You win those games. Washington's a good team. It could go both ways, and so is Atlanta. But I see you guys beating them both. Seattle's a pretty decent team, but you'll beat Seattle. Oh, but here comes Indy rolling in town. You'll beat New Orleans the second time, like you did last season, which I think that is the entire record, right? It's just 17 weeks. 10-6, okay. Yep, we don't have to predict them anymore. So 10-6 record, pretty decent. Losing some games they probably shouldn't have, but decent record. All right, we've got San Francisco to predict now. All right, San Francisco's pretty sleeper team. I'll have them beating Tampa Bay. Now, I feel like San Francisco, even though they're a sleeper team, I feel like Cincinnati is a little bit of a sleeper as well. Cincinnati will win that game. I feel like Cincinnati will actually win that one for sure. Pittsburgh will beat San Fran. So Cleveland. Wait, hold up. Let me get that there. Come on, load up. LA versus San Fran. I actually think San Fran will cause a nice big upset here. LA isn't going to do as well as they were last season, but I think they'll cause a nice little upset right there and like the heart and like in the middle of this first half almost. Washington, I feel like you'll beat Washington. You're getting a few wins here and there. Arizona, I feel like Arizona will actually beat you here. Arizona is a pretty good team. So is Seattle, so you'll lose a couple more games. Where are you? On here, 4-4. I think I'm about to be 4-5 if this loads. This is Carolina winning that. No. Yeah, this website lags a little bit. It's my computer though, not the website. I know that much. So you're 4-5, doing okay. Arizona's gonna sweep you guys. You'll beat Green Bay, Baltimore, New Orleans. Self-explanatory. Green Bay, I don't think is doing that well. Baltimore's a really good team. So is New Orleans. So I feel like those games are pretty self-explanatory. 5-8, not as good as most people are thinking you guys will be. You're facing Atlanta. You'll beat Atlanta. You'll lose to LA though. So yeah, not too hot. But you will beat Seattle as well. So 6-10. So you beat Seattle that second time. You're 6-10. You have a decent 7-9, not 6-10, 7-9. You're a decent team. Not amazing, but decent. New Orleans, the root here. New Orleans never really comes prepared in the first week. Yes, it's at New Orleans, but Houston will win that game. New Orleans will actually win like they were supposed to in the NFC Championship. That game was so rigged. Come at me. New Orleans will win that game. They'll beat Seattle. Yeah, I'm a Dallas fan, but there's no way we're winning that game. We got lucky last year. Actually, it was at our field, so not really, but there's no way we're not winning that. Like, we're losing that game easily. Versus Tampa Bay, you'll beat them. You're going to Jacksonville. Jacksonville would cause a nice little upset here. Just a nice little one. So, you got 3 losses already. Chicago will lose. You'll beat Arizona. New Orleans is a really good team. They're very good. Super Bowl contending. This is a very interesting game. Atlanta and New Orleans are both coming off their bye week here. And I give New Orleans the win here. Versus Tampa Bay, yeah. Pretty self-explanatory. Tampa Bay is not that good. No matter what you tell me, Tampa Bay is not that good. Atlanta, you got New Orleans versus Atlanta. So Atlanta's really a decent team. And I don't think you guys are gonna go 13-3. So you'll get your 4th loss handed to you by them. You'll beat Indianapolis. Actually, no, revert that. New Orleans will beat Atlanta, but Tennessee will beat you. You'll lose your last couple games, and so you go a nice. No. Change right, please. It lags a bit. All right, so you'll go a nice 12-4. I'm pretty sure that's division winning. So you'll do decent here. Got Arizona next. All right, Arizona. This is going to be interesting here. So you're facing Detroit. Yep. You start off 0-3. You can't argue with me here. You are starting off 0-3. I feel like Detroit is a better team than Arizona, so they will win. And Baltimore is super good. So is Carolina, like I was talking about earlier. However, you will beat Seattle. Yes, that's weird, but you will beat Seattle here. So you're doing well enough to beat Seattle. You'll beat Cincinnati, unlike San Francisco here. Atlanta, I feel like you guys are better than Atlanta. Not 3-3. Well, 5-4 because these other games. The Giants, I feel like the Giants will get you here. Win streak over. Giants get you. Versus Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay will actually beat you guys as well. So, no arguing with me here. Come on, load right, please. Tampa Bay's going to get a nice win over y'all. Facing LA, yeah, nope. So, 5-9. That sucks. But, you'll beat Seattle. You're facing LA for the final game of the season. And you know what? LA's trying to rest their players. 7-9 as well. You'll go 7-9. What can I say? 7-9 record. That is weird. That seems weird, but trust me, I feel like Arizona will do well enough to get this kind of record. So I feel like they're a sleeper team almost. Detroit, good old Detroit, and yep, Chargers. I feel like the Chargers are going to be really, really good this season. Philly's really overrated. I don't feel like Carson Wentz is that good of a quarterback. Yes, he's an amazing quarterback, don't get me wrong, but they're basically the Eagles version of Tony Romo. And coming off of an injury, yes, he can do anything, but the Cowboys are way more stacked, so I don't see them winning that division at all. I feel like Detroit is just a little bit better here. You'll beat KC. KC will beat you. Green Bay is gonna win this game. Yeah, I know. I've been saying Green Bay sucks and whatnot. They do. They're gonna do terrible this season. I don't see them doing that well at all, but they'll win that game. You're gonna beat Minnesota though, and the Giants. Oh, Oakland, yeah, no problem. Chicago, that's a problem right there. Chicago's gonna beat you. There's no other way of putting it. You're gonna lose that game. You're 5-4. Oh, 5-5. Dallas is coming to town. Yep. Forget about winning that game. You got Washington versus Detroit. This is gonna be an interesting game. It could go either way. I'm ultimately gonna give Washington the win here, though. I'm ultimately gonna give them the win. You're gonna lose to Chicago again, so you're 5-7. Not doing that. Oh, but you got a nice slew of games to win here to finish off a nice, decently. Wait, it says 8-7. I missed a game, I think. Did I? Oh, it's right there. You got a nice slew amount of games to win here, so you'll finish 9-7, ending on a 4-win streak. So 9-7, very decent record. Chicago. All right, gonna beat Green Bay. You're gonna beat Denver. You're gonna beat, just very obvious. Chicago's a super stacked team. They're gonna start off the season nice 5-0. They're starting off really strong here. Then you got two very tough games. This time, the double doink ain't gonna get you. Double doink is okay. It didn't load. Double doink isn't gonna get you, so you'll win. You'll beat the Eagles. LA. I feel like this is gonna go the exact same way. I feel like this is also gonna go the exact same way. So a lot of games going the exact same way like they did last year. Chicago will beat Dallas again. Yes. It seems weird for me to do that, but yeah, there's that. You'll lose to KC, and final game you'll beat Minnesota. So 4 losses, decent record, 12-4. Giants, good old Giants. Let's see here. Whoa, Giants, come on. All right, let's see here. Okay, Dallas will beat you. I feel like Buffalo's better. You'll beat Tampa Bay, Washington, Minnesota. Patriots will get revenge on you for those Super Bowls. Giants aren't that good of a team. I do not see them at all doing well. It's self-explanatory. They have one of the worst rosters of the league. What the freak? I was predicting the Giants record, please. Load up. All right, thank you. Okay, so, Dallas will win this game. Jets are better. So, what the freak? It's all lagging out. The Jets are a better team here. Got Green Bay. You'll beat Green Bay. Yeah, you'll beat Green Bay. Philly, I think you'll beat Philly this first time. Miami's gonna get you. You'll get revenge on Washington, but Philly will finish you out with a loss. So you end pretty decent. The end of the season, you do pretty decent. You end up 6-10, I believe that is 6-10. If that will load, there you go, 6-10. Better than last year, but not by much. All right, my team, the Cowboys. Oh yes. All right, we're gonna start with a nice strong 3-0. Come at me. Washington's worse than us. Miami also has a worse record. Green Bay, again, not doing that well. They're not going to do that well. They're way too over. A wrong game. Again, Dallas is better than the Jets, in my opinion. Dallas will beat Philly this first time. They'll beat them this first time. If it will load. All right. Then we have Minnesota. Now, Dallas always struggles with Minnesota. No matter what. They always struggle with them. It's either a loss or a very close win. But I feel like Minnesota has a bad enough roster, and Cowboys has a good enough roster, but with the history there, I feel like this is going to actually end up as a tie. Yes, I feel like Cowboys will tie with them. Come at me. Patriots are, again, not going to do as well as they did last year. They're going to still make the playoffs. Trust me. It's freaking Patriots. But Dallas will beat them here. They will beat Buffalo. Oh, LA. Oh, but we're going to end off on 2 losses. 2 big losses here. So, we'll lose to Philly and Washington at the end of the season, being an 11-4-1 team. A very decent record. So I think those first 6 seeds are done. So there you go. So Washington is next. Philly versus Washington. Washington will beat Philly here. I do see Washington beating New England. Now, hear me out. I feel like New England is a better team than Washington, but I feel like Washington is somehow... I feel like Washington's going to have something up their sleeve for this game. Miami, you'll beat Miami easily. Minnesota, I see Minnesota beating you guys. Same thing with Buffalo. I feel like you guys are going to lose a couple of games that you probably shouldn't lose. The Jets, you'll beat the Jets. You'll beat Green Bay, and you'll beat Philly. So, you end out on a pretty decent note. You're going to be a decent team that I feel like everyone's sleeping on right now is the Redskins. I feel like they'll do fairly decent. Not amazing like some people might think, but they'll do decent enough to probably make the playoffs. All right. We got the Vikings. Okay, so Vikings are a very sleepy team right now. They'll start with a nice strong 3-0 like the Cowboys, but then lose their 4th game. So they'll have a pretty similar start. Oh, Philly coming to town. Yeah, you're going to get revenge for that championship that you had. KC, yeah, they're a pretty difficult team. We'll lose that game. Denver, yeah, I feel like Denver is getting pretty sleeper team. Now, I know I think I made them lose every game, yeah, up to this point. But I feel like Denver will beat you here. Seattle's a difficult team, so you'll win this game. But you'll win that game. Chargers, yeah, that's, yeah. No explanation here. And you'll beat Green Bay. You'll end up 8-7-1. You'll end up worse than the Detroit Lions, which seems crazy, but you did pretty good. You did pretty good for the kind of roster you guys have. So yeah. All right. LA. No, a lot of people are probably confused with how I'm predicting LA right now. A lot of people, but trust me, they'll do good enough. So they started off 0-2, but winning ways. Nice strong wins across the board. It'll be Atlanta. Got a relatively easy schedule here. Losing a lot of games you probably shouldn't have, but got a relatively easy schedule if this thing will load right. Oh God, it is not loading right at all. What the freak? No. Oh, stop. Okay. San Francisco was winning that game. I said you were winning that game. You are winning this game. Please. Thank you. Okay. So that's now all loaded, right? Where did they put? They're now 8-6, so you're doing pretty decent. Baltimore, a very difficult team here. But, I think Baltimore will beat you, but you'll beat Seattle here. So you guys, 9-7. You guys aren't doing as well as you guys did. You're pretty overrated here, but you guys are pretty expert at 9-win teams, 9 wins. So it's pretty decent. Philly, good old Philly. So yeah, Philly versus Atlanta. Yep, Philly will win that game. You'll beat Green Bay. Jets, I feel like, are slightly better than Philly. You'll beat Buffalo. Oh yeah, that's still going the same way. The NFC East is kryptonite for New England Patriots because the New England Patriots had 3 Super Bowls against an NFC East team. No, 4. Yeah, 4. 3 of those 4 they lost, and 1 of those 4 they won by like 3 points. Seattle, they're a fairly difficult team. They're gonna beat you guys. Oh, Miami, yeah, you'll win. So 7-9, fairly decent. You're very overrated, but doing well and doing pretty well. All right, Seattle, they're struggling this season. They definitely are. They're gonna start off a pretty strong 2-0, but then lose 3 straight. Oh, Cleveland, yeah, you're losing. Baltimore is just a better team. You'll beat Atlanta. You'll beat Tampa Bay. You're beating quite a few teams. So, you end out a nice 6-10. 6-10. Yeah, worst record in your guys' division. So that means the Rams won the division yet again, but not as good as a lot of people thought. Tampa Bay. Good old Tampa Bay. You lost a bunch of your games. You don't win till week 10. So you start off on 9. You'll beat Atlanta here. You'll lose to Jacksonville. You'll lose to Indianapolis. You'll beat Houston, and you'll lose to Atlanta. So 3-13. You guys are not that good, and you guys will end up 3-13. That's how I see that one going. Green Bay, good old Green Bay. Lovable Green Bay. One of the more popular teams in the league. Yeah, no. Denver. Go beat Oakland, 2 in a row. 2 wins in a row. OKC's coming to town. Chargers are coming to town. Yeah, you guys are not doing that well. Actually, a lot of those, I need to change some of these. Yeah, no. You'll beat Minnesota. I have to change that. You'll beat Minnesota. I had to change some of these. I think that's like the only one I could possibly change. Because Minnesota and let's go ahead, Denver. 4-12. Don't see you guys doing that well at all. Not at all. Very overrated team. 4-12. Not gonna do well at all. All right, so we got Atlanta. Yes, Atlanta. Indianapolis will beat Atlanta. So will Tennessee. Houston. This could go both ways. I feel like Atlanta will win, though. I feel like Atlanta would win that game. Ending out in 2-13. There's a game I missed somewhere. Jacksonville. Oh, I feel like actually Atlanta will beat Jacksonville, so they end up 3-13. Worst team in the NFC. So the NFC playoff teams are New Orleans, Chicago, Dallas, LA, Carolina, and Washington. Very, very interesting here. So that is that. Chargers. A lot of people like the Chargers. I am one of those people. They'll beat Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a good team, but you'll beat them. You'll beat Houston. You're just going to sweeping a lot of teams right now. Tennessee's going to cause that first upset, though. Tennessee will cause that first upset. Oh, but, you went back to your winning ways for 3 weeks. Oh, here comes KC. Yeah, KC's going to beat you. Oh, you'll beat Denver. You'll beat Jacksonville. You'll beat Oakland. And you'll finish off beating KC. You are a strong team. A super strong team. Actually, no. KC. I feel like actually KC will win that game. They'll get swept by KC this time. They're a very strong team. 3-13. Nothing else needs to be said. They're a very strong team. One of the best teams in the entire league. You're going to Jacksonville, going like across the country from north to south, so you'll lose that game. Oh, you'll beat them. Oh, so start 2-2 and even 500. Indianapolis, you'll win. Yeah, so you win a nice amount of games here. Win a nice amount. 10-2. Yeah, nice. Oh, Tennessee's coming to town. You're coming off a bye week. Now, most teams came off a bye week. I let them win, but, Oakland's going to win this one. Oakland's winning this one. New England, yeah, you'll get revenge on there, but nope, Denver's finishing off with a loss. 11-5. Not as well as they did last year, but very, very good team nonetheless. Tennessee, one of the most slept-on teams this league. They'll beat Cleveland. They'll beat Indianapolis. They'll beat Jacksonville. They'll beat Buffalo. Denver causes that first upset, though. You'll get upset by Denver. Jacksonville's going to beat you here. Oh, no, you're losing a lot of games here. You're losing a lot of games. You're 10-4. Oh, but you beat Houston. Oh, but you're ending off a loss against Houston. 11-5. They're a very decent team. They're gonna go back to. They're going to the playoffs this year. I feel like Baltimore versus Miami. Baltimore will win that game. Baltimore will beat Miami. Got Cleveland versus Baltimore. Baltimore will win this game. Trust me. I feel like Baltimore is a better team than Cleveland. You'll beat Pittsburgh. You'll beat Cincinnati. New England will win. New England will win that game. In fact, how many wins do I have? New England have 2 wins. Holy crap! You'll beat Cincinnati again. So you're 10-1. You're feeling pretty good. Oh, Houston's coming. Houston's beating you. You're gonna lose it to Buffalo. Game you probably shouldn't have lost. You're gonna beat the Jets. Oh, Cleveland. Oh no, and you lose and you beat them. 12-4. Very decent, very good team. There's no way. They'll probably do a little bit better. They might do a little worse, but I feel like 12-4 is like the most accurate record. I feel like. Yes, Buffalo's probably not gonna beat them, but I feel like Buffalo will. Buffalo's a pretty slept on team. I like Josh Allen. Not Josh. I think it's Josh Allen. Jets are better than Buffalo, though. Start predicting Buffalo. I feel like Buffalo's a decent team, like I was saying, but they're not going to do so well. I think they're going to almost have like the exact same season as last year, losing games barely. Cincinnati. Oh, Cincinnati. Yeah, Cincinnati is going to beat you barely. Keep in mind, New England will beat you. Oh yeah, Miami's better. Yeah, Cleveland's gonna beat you. But you'll beat Miami this time. Oh, Denver's gonna beat you though. Oh, sad. Pittsburgh, yeah, Pittsburgh's gonna beat you. Boom. And this time you actually will beat the Jets. So you end off 5-11. Keep in mind, like I said, a lot of these games they barely lose. They're a very decent team. Give them I feel like next year they might do pretty well and make the playoffs, but they're losing. I don't feel like they'll do well enough to make it this year. New England, the forsaken New England, the team I say will not do as well. Let's see what I predict their record to be. They will beat Pittsburgh. They will lose to Miami. It's in Miami, guys. Come on now. It is in Miami. That's just tradition. Jets will beat you this first time. Now, a lot of people are probably going to get mad. That's what's happening. Actually, no. You'll beat Jets. Cleveland. We'll beat you guys, though. That's a big upset. Against Houston, yeah, you'll win. Against Cincinnati, yeah, you'll win. Against Miami, yeah, you'll win. 10-6. Wait, what? I'm missing a game. Oh, this first time. Right here. Yeah, this is the first time. 9-7. Going 9-7, guys. I feel like they're not going to do so. They're not doing that well at all. They're not doing super good this season. I feel like the Jets is a pretty good team. But you guys are better. You start off pretty strong here. You start off a nice first 8 weeks. You start off pretty strong. 5-3. Denver, yeah, you'll beat Denver. Don't worry. Yeah, you're gonna beat Denver. You're 8-3. Pittsburgh is coming to town. Yeah, you'll beat them. Oh, Pittsburgh's gonna get you this next time. Pittsburgh's gonna get you this next time, though. Oh, you'll beat the Bengals. So it's against Cincinnati. You'll lose this last game. So it all came to that very last week, and since Baltimore won and you guys lost, Cincinnati, Baltimore wins their division. All right, Jacksonville, very interesting team here. Will they make the playoffs or will they bust? A lot of people say they will. I'm not sure, though. Jacksonville will do very good, though. Trust me on that. They'll beat Houston. Strong 2-0. Very strong. Denver's right here. Yeah, they'll win. They'll beat Cincinnati. The Jets are coming to town. They're pretty good, but he'll beat them. He'll beat Houston again. Oh, Indianapolis, yeah, this is where you fall. This is where you fell apart. This is where you fall apart here. You lose your last 4 games to barely miss the playoffs, becoming a 10-6 team. Not enough to make the playoffs. This AFC is very tough. You fall just short. Actually, Yeah, you fall just short because I think Oakland will actually win that game. How's Oakland doing? 3-7 though. Okay, so they're doing decent. Indianapolis, a very interesting team as well. So far, it looks like Oakland will actually win that game as well. So they look like they doing terrible over here. Oh, they got a nice little easy, a little bit easier schedule here. Boom, right? They win a lot of these games. Oh, but Houston's beating you that next time. 10-6 again. So you get 10-6. So again, no playoffs for you, but you do well enough. Oakland is not out of the playoffs. It's fairly obvious. Denver versus Oakland. Denver's better. Oh, Houston. Yeah, you'll beat Houston. Actually, no. Houston will beat you guys. Houston will win that game. You'll beat Cincinnati. How's Cincinnati doing? They're 3-9. Okay. The Jets. Yeah, they'll win that game. On this last game against Denver. Yeah, Denver. See, I believe in Oakland. I feel like they're going to do well, especially since they have Antonio around. But they're not going to do well enough to be back in the playoffs. So I feel like 5-11, maybe 6-10, maybe 7-9 is probably the best record for them. For best predicted record for them. The Jets, a pretty decent team, I've been saying. Let's see if that holds up with their record. Oh, Cincinnati, yeah. A lot of Pittsburgh fans will be mad, but that's what would happen. That's what happened. So it comes down to the last game. I think, actually, let me see. I feel like they are better than Miami. But since New England beat them that last time and they lost their last game, New England still wins. So they go 9-7. They do very decent. They do very well, especially compared to last year. But if you think they're going crazy, no, they won't. There's one game to predict here. It's against Houston. You'll win. You'll beat Houston. And that left Houston completely predicted as well. Don't even need to click on Houston. So 6-10 for Houston. A lot of Houston fans will get mad, but don't feel like you're doing that well this season. Very overhyped. Pittsburgh, team that everyone thinks is going to do somewhat decent. I don't think so. I really don't think so. You know, you're facing Cincinnati. Yep, you'll beat Cincinnati. Facing Miami. Oh, yeah, you'll beat Miami. Cincinnati the second time. Yep. I'm calling a nice big upset. Huge. 6-10. Speaking of Cincinnati, let's predict their record. Their final game. So if they win, they're 5-11. They lose, they're 4-12. It's against Miami. Miami wins. Simple as that. Miami and Cincinnati both go 4-12, making Atlanta and Tampa Bay the two worst teams in the league. So my playoff predictions are these. This is what I feel like the playoffs looks like. Let's go to here. Let's go here. Scroll down. Wild card time. All right. So you got Dallas versus Washington. Dallas. LA versus Carolina. LA's gonna get revenge on you for that first week game. That's how that one rolls. New England, you're going one and done. New England is not doing that well. They do well enough to make the playoffs, but they won't do that well in the playoffs. Not at all. KC versus Tennessee. I feel like Tennessee is actually better though. All right, this is where your dreams end, Cleveland. So same for you, Tennessee. Dallas will beat Chicago, getting revenge, and New Orleans will beat LA again this time. Now, hear me out. Dallas is stacked. So is New Orleans. But Dallas is looking for revenge from earlier in the season, and Dallas will win this game, and the Chargers will beat Baltimore. Super Bowl 54 will be Dallas versus Chargers. And Super Bowl 54 winner will be the Dallas Cowboys. Now, yes, they're my favorite team. I really do feel like they have a winning chance. If you told me Ezekiel Elliott wasn't there, if you told me what's his name? Crap. I forgot his name. Oh, but our one wide receiver, Amari Cooper wasn't there. I probably say they do very terrible. But since we're so stacked, Leighton Vander Esch as well. Since we're so stacked, I actually do feel like we have a winning chance. Now, I will say this. This game here can go either way. It could go New Orleans. And if New Orleans... Freak, I accidentally clicked randomize week. Hold on. Let that load because I accidentally clicked that. Oh, no, I didn't. Now, I will say New Orleans could win, and I feel like New Orleans would actually win the Super Bowl in that case. But based off the fact that we're looking for revenge and we're stacked, I see it going that way. So this is what I feel like the playoffs will look like. Watch the entire video for your favorite team and whatnot, see what their record is. And I'll see you guys. Actually, let me get over here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.